Hey there, this is Bill with KeystoneWeapon.com, and I wanted to show you guys one of the most dangerous situations you'll run into with a firearm as far as reloading goes, or, well, this has happened with factory ammunition as well, and this is why you really should pay attention to what your gun is telling you and the sounds that it's making while you're firing it. So I'm going to do something here, and I'm going to purposely load a squib load, and if you've never heard of a squib load, this is something that you should all be aware of, especially if you're shooting like reloads or something like that. And this is why a lot of people don't want you to shoot their reloads. This particular case right here is one that I'm about to load, and I'm going to dump the powder out of this. So I'm actually just going to dump it back in here. And this casing here that I'm about to load is a 45 ACP. It has a regular large pistol primer in it. Wish my iPhone would focus. Sorry about the camera work here, guys. But this round has no powder in it. And this is one of the more dangerous things that can happen while you're loading. If you're not paying attention, you could run into this particular situation and end up with a squib load. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of override my press, because normally this wouldn't be allowed to happen. And grab that load out here. So here's that particular round. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually fire this round off into my bullet trap here. And you'll see that it probably won't cycle the gun. It might act funny. It'll sound weird, although it's going to be hard to tell that from a camera. But if you're out shooting these, you would be able to tell that it sounds strange. So I'm going to actually go ahead and run this through my gun on purpose, just to show you what a squib does and how it reacts. So let me go ahead and fire this into my bullet trap here. So bear with me while I get my thing ready. Alright, here we go. Ooh, you hear that? Ooh, didn't really do much. It went pop, and that's about all that happened. So this gun didn't even cycle. A lot of times they might cycle, but you'll see there's a dead casing in there, and you're like, what the heck, right? So the worst thing you can do is chamber another round, because that round never came out of the barrel. It never made it out. So I'm going to go ahead and clear this gun, make it safe, and I'm going to start disassembling it here, because I want to see what the heck went on with my gun here. Why is it not going bang anymore? So give me a few moments here to get this barrel bushing out here. It's a new one that I just fit, so she's a little tight. Alright, didn't want to do this, but we're going to resort to the bushing wrench here. It would help if I turned it the right way. But you know me, I don't feel like editing anything, so I'll let my stupid mistakes show right here on camera. So let me get this bushing out. By the way, that's an EGW bushing. I love their bushings. And this is just a factory Rock Island barrel. And look at that. You can't see any daylight. You can't see any daylight through the barrel. What the heck's going on there? Well, if I take this little wooden dowel rod and stick it in there, it doesn't come out the other end. Oh crap, there's a bullet stuck in my barrel, right? So depending on where it is, in this one it's probably like right about right in here. It didn't make it very far into the rifling. Usually in this case, sometimes there may be just a little bit of powder in the case, and it'll make it down a little farther. Typically you want to try to push these out from the breech to the muzzle, but this one's so far into the back, I'm actually going to whack it out from the front. This is something where you want to get usually a piece of hardwood, and if you recognize this is out of a shotgun. This is one of the devices that they put in a shotgun tube to keep your round count down. For like Pennsylvania, we have weird hunting laws where we can only have so many rounds per magazine tube and all kinds of stuff like that. I've also, in the field, I had to devise something. This is just a bolt wrapped in a whole bunch of duct tape. It's camo duct tape. It's tactical, you know. But if you have a nice piece of hardwood, that works nice too. But all I'm going to do, and this is pretty simple. Is sometimes you can just press these right out by like whacking it on a table or the ground or whatever. I'm gonna try. Well, sorry about that, guys. I dropped my phone and it stopped recording. But anyway, these take quite a bit of force to knock them back out. Now I'm using lead bullets, so they're even more sticky than like a full metal jacket. But I bet if I give this one more real hard whack, she'll come flying out of here. And you don't want to do this like on the concrete or something like that. Like, you know, you want to kind of baby your barrel a little bit. But I'm going to whack this like one more time here, and if I hit it good and square, it'll come out. There we go. All right. So now we've cleared that squib, so you can see through the barrel. This would be a good time to maybe run a bore snake through your barrel or whatever. Just do a visual inspection, make sure that everything's okay. And here's the round. You can see that it actually, and let me see if I can focus this a little better. You can see that it actually started to bite into the rifling just a little bit. God, this phone sucks. Jeez, there we go. All right. So you can see that it actually did start to bite into the rifling just a little bit there. If this will ever clear back up. No, it's not gonna. But it did start to enter the rifling. And the worst possible thing that you could do would be to fire another round after it makes that little thunk sound. So if this round went in this far and you fired another round behind it, you've basically just created a grenade. And I bet if you look up, type in any gun you can think of, type in 1911 kaboom, type in Glock kaboom, you'll see that those are things that happen. So it's like K-A-B-O-O-M, where it sends a round down to here, and then the next round tries to follow it, and it explodes the barrel into a million pieces, injuring the shooter sometimes, definitely injuring the gun. But basically what I'm trying to say is, if it doesn't sound right, stop. Whenever I let my friends shoot my reloads when they're with me, I make sure I go over this with them, because you know, if they get a little excited and they want to bang, 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 and rapid fire and crap like that, if they hear something weird, they need to stop. And this is one of those things that I've heard of it happening with factory rounds. I don't have any evidence of that, but this is one of the things. This is a dangerous scenario for a reloader, and this is why you really got to be careful and pay attention. Make sure you're getting powder in there, and make sure that everything looks okay while you're loading. Because if you're just cranking away and you miss the powder, now my particular press and most presses out there have measures to protect against that, where it won't go past a certain point or whatever. But laziness is what gets you in trouble, is where you're just cranking away, your phone rings, you wander away from the press, you come back and you didn't do some certain operation. So it's always good to stop and check. But there you go. That's a squib. That's one way to clear it. You know, a good piece of hardwood is nice to have, or I don't know if I'd recommend this to anybody, but this actually works amazingly, is this bolt wrapped in a bunch of duct tape, but you don't want to scratch the inside of your barrel up. You don't want to mess your rifling up, or else you might as well just throw the thing away anyway. So there you go. That's a squib load. Load safe. Take care.